CEO Donald Trump card has lambasted Florida's poll describe trial, inviting it and try by Democrats to win a U.S. Seanad chair in counterfeit votes. Mr. Trump card said reporters down there's a lot of unfairness above disputed votes in Broward Shire. Yet, down there has been no testimony of elector scam. The gap among the two candidates, Republican Haystack Scott and Democrat Draft Nelson, constricted to 0.2% as of Friday as Broward Shire votes were calculated. Both of candidates are suing the country. Mr. Scott, who declared win on Tuesday, is suing officials above in poll describe time. Mr. Nelson is suing above unaccounted ballots. The Shire, that is portion of the more Miami metropolitan region, is named to be a more Democratic area of the Republican-leaning country. Haystack Scott was up by 50,000 plus votes on poll date. Now they found lot votes and he is just up 15,000 votes, Mr. Trump card tweeted on Friday. How go they never discover Republic votes? Haystack Scott was up by 50,000 plus votes on poll date. Now they found lot votes and he is just up 15,000 votes. This Broward impact. How go they never discover Republic votes? In the 2016 poll I was winner by so lot in Florida. How Broward Shire, that was really deceased in voice tabulation and perhaps receive prepared to do a quantity, couldn't do it since not quite human beings dwell in Broward for them to adulterate a win. Trump card requested to say. In C1 wait for him on the grass, he led above to a place close the Whites building wherever I was permanent, on in my associate. The CEO was, as one interviewer close me told, on flame. While else reporter requested on the Florida racing, Trump card lit in the object, expressive us on poor things how include lost on in Broward Shire, Florida, the location wherever votes are creature calculated in a Seanad racing among Republican Haystack Scott and Democrat Draft Nelson. Over Scott told same D win. Now the election space is tapering, and the CEO is not happy. Down there's a story over Florida recounts, although, one how the CEO didn't refer. In 2000, George W. Bush and Al dried blood florid an epical deadlock, in lawyers. Later Bush became CEO, time Democrats steamed. Present the CEO acted as if how'd never happened. For several Democrats, although, the injuries yet down there. For them, the CEO's color on a contested Florida racing is difficult to get. Up outgoing for Paris to mark the 100th anniversary date of the end of WWI on Friday, Mr. Trump card said reporters he believes Mr. Scott obviously won the poll. He told how regional poll overseer Brenda Snipes, a Democrat, has a terrible story and is conclusion votes out of anywhere. The CEO's comments accompanied the news story of Mr. Scott's litigation versus Ms. Snipes and else Democrat, Handbathing Beach overseer of elections Susan Butcher. His litigation, announced on Thursday overnight, claims the poll officials did not ensure quite data and clarity about unaccounted ballots. I will not stay lazily by time immoral liberals try to rob and poll, Mr. Scott told for a news story meeting. This evening I am request the Florida Division of Law Coercion to explore the ones and I am examining each solitary legislative stock option accessible. Mr. Trump card told on Friday he would email his lawyers to Florida to subject the scam, inviting the Nelson campaignings describe attorney Mark Elias and poll kidnapper. As quickly as Democrats shipped their top poll theft attorney, Mark Elias, to Broward Shire, they miraculously begun conclusion Democrat votes. Don't he worry about, Florida, I am send lot superior lawyers to subject the scam. Sen Nelson registered his own litigation on Friday versus the Florida Secretariat of Country in procedure to provide all preliminary and post-in ballots how were initially disregarded due to sign mismatches are approved in the describe. Reason can't Broward Shire elections do which 65 of 67 counties did, calculate all votes in prompt way and in accordance in Florida Act, he requested in one chirp. The CEO has as well named out Florida's controversial racing for governor among Democrat Andrew Gillum and Republican Ron DeSantis. Mayoris Gillum conceded on poll day and now Broward Shire has put him behind in act. Draft Nelson conceded poll, now Sames behind in act? It is an confusion to our nation and to democratic state. On Thursday night, Mr. Gillum's crew walked behind his over-session to Republic Mr. DeSantis and specified they are prepared for a describe. Mr. Gillum trails Mr. DeSantis by less rather than 50,000 votes. Yet, the related click is accountability how Mr. DeSantis has won the poll. Thou indicate they are fair now conclusion votes in Florida and Georgia, but the poll was on Tuesday. Allows accuse the Russians and consumer demand an instant excuse of CEO Putin. You indicate they are fair now conclusion votes in Florida and Georgia but the poll was on Tuesday. Allows accuse the Russians and consumer demand an instant excuse of CEO Putin.